Hello everyone, it's Robin from Robin's Creative Cottage. So we're going to have some fun painting today. So I've got a St. Patrick's Day tiered tray set that we're going to work on today. But we're going to throw a little twist on it. We're going to use patterned paper. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do. How is everyone today? So we still have a lot of snow here in Idaho. And we've got a beautiful sunshiny day. So some of that snow is starting to melt, but it's beautiful out there. In fact, the weather, it's quite nice. When I went out to the mailbox, it felt really great out there. So it was nice. So, hey, Christine, how are you? So thanks for joining me today. So just going to do some painting today, a little bit of painting, using a little bit of Mod Podge. I've got some Mod Podge, and that's what I'll use to put my pattern paper onto my project. I've got, it's a really cute file here, little St. Patty's Day hat, and then we have a round sign that's going to have the March on it with 17 on there. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Can't wait to see. Oh, that's so fun. So, of course, I practice this and it's fun. But so pattern papers, we all probably have a lot of scrapbook paper around, but I actually didn't have any of the colors I wanted. So what I did is I went online and found some digital papers that I liked, and I printed them off on my paper, and that's what we're using tonight. So just if you don't have the papers that you want, print it off on your computer. Well, let me tip you down. So I'm going to get over here and on my computer, refresh my page. See if I can bring it down. Okay, there we go. I don't have my mouse, so I'm just trying to do the finger on the computer, on the laptop, and it's kind of tricky for me. So, okay, let's tip you down, see what we can see. Sorry, I get my hand in the way. So I have got my projects here that we're going to work on. Let's see how straight that is. If I look at my computer, maybe if we straighten you out, I'll bring you down a little closer. Okay, so I have my, I just feel like you're a little too close, and I'm not very good with that arm of my little camera thing. So, okay, so today I'm using MDF, and that's what I've cut with on my laser. So what I'm going to do is anything that I am going to paint white, I prefer to give it just a little bit of sanding just to remove some of the dark spots. So you can see the two right here, and one of them I have not sanded yet. So I just have a little sanding block. It's a very fine grit, like 220. And I just give it a quick little rub. Come a little bit more to the center so you guys can see better. So, okay, so once I've done that, and then I have a towel on my lap, or I have an apron on as well. So I just wipe off the excess on that. So anything that I'm covering with paper, I don't worry about. I do see that oh, here it is. I was going to say I'm missing a piece, but here's my cute little St. Patrick's Day hat. And since I'm going to cover the hat with paper, this is a little lucky. I'm going to paint with white, but let's see if I can be really careful and just give it a little bit of sanding, because I'm going to do a little bit of white. If I do that beforehand with my white, then I don't need to worry about some of the brown. Sometimes when you paint with white on something that has the burn edges, sometimes the brown comes up through the white. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So that little guy is going to be white. Okay. So let's bring my little pieces down that I am going to do in white. And you can also, if you want to paint your round white, you can do that. So the tag can be painted white, the round can be painted white, but I'm actually going to cover both of these with a pattern paper tonight, just to do something a little bit different, to show you a new way of doing things. So let me grab my white. I'm just using Apple Barrel. It's not my favorite white of all time, but that's the white paint that I'm going to do. So I am actually going to paint it with a little bit of a baby wipe. So I'm just going to dip in the paint a little bit. Make sure you can see. I need to come up a little bit more so you can see better. So just dab some of that, and I'm even going to dab a little bit off on my paper towel. So I'm mostly just kind of dabbing on here. My lucky word. So same with my shamrocks. Just paint them white. You can also just do, you don't even have to do a solid coat if you don't want it completely white. Just going to paint these. These are going to be my pieces that will be white. And I'm just doing just kind of a thin coat. When I use baby wipes, I get it all over my fingers. That's the fun of painting, right? You got to get it on you. You got to get it on you. That's what we do. So let me come back to my lucky word. You could also use a sponge if you like to use a sponge, but for me, when I use sponges and white paint, I don't know, it just gets so thick on there. So that looks like that's covered pretty good, that lucky word. Let me come back to my shamrocks. And you could paint yours green if you wanted to. So, but I am actually gonna, and these shamrocks are actually going on the tags on these banners. They're gonna be on the banner. But I'm gonna paint them white because we're gonna put some patterned paper on the banner. Good. Are you guys painting today? Are you making? Christine and Michelle, are you guys working? I know Michelle, you're always working, getting stuff put in your shop. Your shop always looks so great. You've got fun projects in there. So if you get a little bit of white on the edges, you can take a clean spot of your baby wipe and wipe that off. You can also use a Sharpie marker. I've done that before. But we didn't do too bad this time. I'm going to give those one more coat, but I'm just going to set those aside. So let's paint a little bit of black. So I want, the things that I want black are the round, which is going to go on our little round sign. Also my little easels. The easels are for the round sign. So those are going to be painted as well. Move things up a little bit more. So now these, since it's, I'm going to go ahead and just use a sponge with these. If I was doing, if I had birch wood, I might do like a faux stain, but this is, since it's not the birch, bow stain doesn't go quite as well on the MDF wood, so I'm going to go ahead and just use a sponge. And I'm just going to dab it off here. And then just tap, tap, tap. But gives you really quick coverage. So you only need to do one, even maybe 2 coats if you wanted. Come around my ground. It's a fun, quick, and easy. Got to plan ahead for the holidays. Let's see. Just looking to see if there's any comments. My laptop's kind of lagging. Yeah, so all kinds of tools. I use a lot of different types, like the sponges. I'll do the sponges with this, but I like the baby wipes too. Baby wipe painting. Now let's do our easels. And again, I didn't need to worry about sanding these guys. Just because of the dark paint covers those brown marks really good. And I think we can get away from doing one coat on these because this black covers really well. This is just apple barrel black paint. I think it gives pretty good coverage. Okay, set those aside and let those dry. Another baby white. So I think I want to paint a little bit more on my shamrocks. Like I said, when I paint white, I usually do several coats. I think my word lucky looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. But the shamrocks need a little bit more. Oh, I think this might do it. This might do the trick. Yeah. I have been designing a really cute wheelbarrow file that it's kind of 3D. So you can put like Easter eggs in there or carrots. I've been playing with that. So I will share that in the next week or so because it's super cute. It's turning out cute. I like to design files, but I also like to use files that other people have designed as well. And that's this one. This one someone else has designed. Okay. There. Don't feel like it's getting overly thick. Sometimes, like I said, when I use white, white gets pretty thick on there when I do extra coats. So wipe off any edges if you need to with this baby white. Okay, let's set those aside. Oh, I see some more edges. Grab some of those edges. Okay, let's set those aside. Wipe some paint off of my fingers. Now the only thing I need to do here is I need to do just a little bit of touch up on that round, and then I need to paint the other side of my little easel. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. I just see a little bit of the brown poking through. So we're just going to go over that really quick. Other side. Okay. Now let's move these over out of the way. So now we're going to get to some of our fun pattern paper. Our fun pattern paper stuff. Okay, so what I like to do, like I said, I have these pattern papers that I am going to use. I haven't decided, I don't know if I want to use the small polka dots or the large polka dots. I think either one would be cute on the tag and the round. I think I might go with the large polka dots today. But this is what we're going to use on our hat and also our banner. So I have a couple pieces here that I've traced. So this is what I like to do. So I turn my piece so the front side is facing my pattern paper. And then I'll just take a pencil and I leave a little bit of an edge on here. And I just do just kind of a quick trace. Now let's trace our hat on here. Okay, so now I have my banner. Looks like I missed this edge. Okay, so I have a banner and I have these banners already ready to go here. And now I'm just going to cut, and I go outside of that line that I drew. So you're not really going right up against the line. For me, this is how I like to do it. Cut around it. Nothing fancy. Okay. So now that I have those ready to go, now we're going to take these are ready to be Mod Podged. Let's get our tag. And I'm going to use the larger piece. And I have a little bit of an edge because I printed them on my printer. And I don't have a fancy printer. It's just a color printer. So it's not anything fancy. You'll want to be careful not to get them wet, of course, with water. So I'm going to try to line it up straight right here. I got to make sure I have enough room for my round. So I got to scooch in a little. Hi, Mom. I'm doing a video. I'm live. I'm live on Facebook. My mom came to see what I was doing. Okay, so now let's trace the round. And I don't have much room, do I? It's going to be tight. But I have to remember I've got my edges here. It should be okay though, because I've got my my frame that's going to go on here. It's a little tight, but it should be okay. I didn't think about that. I should have printed 2 papers, but I just printed 1. Okay, so I'm going to cut around here. I'm going to go a little bit close, because that's where my 2 lines are going to meet, my tag and my circle. Okay. And then my tag. So if you don't like to paint all of your pieces, this is just another option, is to cover them with pattern paper. I've done quite a bit of this in the past, and it's really fun. You could actually paint it and then put polka dots on it if you wanted. But on this, so I'm just going to go ahead and just cover my lines with pattern paper. Like I said, if you want to just paint it and still have your shiplap lines, you can do that too. But I'm going to go ahead and just pattern paper right over the top. You could also do the back side and then just paint the front side, so it's double-sided if you wanted to do that. So let me get my Mod Podge here, and we're going to start putting all of our pieces together. Okay, so I just use kind of a paintbrush to dab in here. And then I am just going to go ahead and go over all over my project. And I try to go kind of thin, not too thick. Try to get those edges. Otherwise, you'll have to do them later if they lift up a little bit. So then I take the front side and then I just try to put it right inside that circle that I traced. Okay, and I'm going to put it aside. So let's do this one, and then I'll show you a trick to how I do when I have like these holes, because I'm going to have the holes on this project, these holes here, on how I'll do the paper. Christine said hi, Mom.
Hello. May I see me?
No. No, they can only see my table. So if you look here at this computer, that's what they can see. You can come over and look at this computer. My mom's like, can they see me? Okay, so again, I'm just going to line up just to those pencil marks that I made. Give it a nice firm push. Just rub it really good. Okay, let's do the hat. And I have a hat brim. This is the hat brim that we painted black. So that's just going to go right over the top. Look how fun that pattern paper is. Thought that would be super fun for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, let's grab the banners. Put the Mod Podge on there. And again, just line up my lines. I just use my Mod Podge out of the bottle. You guys do that? I just don't even worry about pouring it in a bowl or putting it on a plate. I just dip my paintbrush right in. Just set those aside so they can dry. And then I have 2 more that we need to do. One more, okay. And then we'll do a little bit more painting because we've got to paint some of our other items that go in the round, and then also the pieces that go on the hat. Okay, so now I'm going to actually put my brush in water so it doesn't dry out there. Okay, so we have this 17 and this shamrock, and oh, you know what? I wanted to do these white too, and I just completely forgot. So we'll have to do those too. And I have the March. We have this little shamrock that goes on the hat, this circle that goes on the tag. So I thought it would be fun. These two we're going to do in a gold paint. And let's do these in a lighter green. So while we've got the 17, I am going to, I think what I'll do is just use a paintbrush and my white paint on my little 17. Oh, I could have ran this on the sanding block too. That might have helped it so it didn't look quite dingy white, but I didn't remember to do that. So we'll just set those aside. Okay, I think those are good. Okay, let's do, I have this, this is a Valspar color. This is Paradox Green that we're going to use just to paint, and I'm just going to use it right out of the lid. Just finding the paintbrush that I want to use. This is kind of big, but we're just going to use it. It'll be okay. Just paint it right on there. Hello! My husband just came home from work. So that's our tradition that we do. Whenever somebody comes in the house, we always say, hello. We do that because, so I know who's here. We've done it always with the girls growing up too. So we've done it with the girls. So whenever they came home, I got paint in here. So I'm just going to pull this paint out. Otherwise, my number one is going to struggle to get inside there. So yeah, so that's what we do. We say hello. Paint my little teeny shamrock. And then this is the circle that goes on the tag, like a metal washer, I guess. You could, similar to that idea. Okay. Set those aside. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, excuse me. Okay, this is called Kim's Gold. It's it's by Delta. I've had this for years and years, but it's still a great gold as long as it still shakes really good. In the bottle, I still like to use it. If it gets too clumpy, then not worth it much. You know what? I'm going to use a sponge. Otherwise, I'm going to get it everywhere. Throw that in my water. I'm going to use a sponge on my March. That'll be much less messy. Okay. Okay, let's set those aside. I'm going to grab another sponge with this green. That would probably give me better coverage than what that paintbrush did. Okay, I can see how my white looks so brown. And I'm going to actually fan this since it's dried. Let's cover this. I'm done with this. Let's set some of these pieces aside so they can dry. Okay, now I'm going to paint them white again. Now the brown won't show through. Okay, now that we've got that, we are ready to start taking care of these pieces. So what I have is I just have a self-healing mat. It's just a small one that I like to use. So what we're going to do, just make this quick and easy with all our pieces. Let me put these paintbrushes in water. Otherwise, it will be too hard to get the paint out of them. Okay, so now I'll just take an X-Acto knife. So with my X-Acto knife, now I'm just going to cut just around these edges. Now that the Mod Podge has dried, there, look how cute that is. Okay, so what I like to do with the little holes on the back is I am going to cut kind of like a wagon wheel. So I cut an X and then I turn it and cut an X another way. So it has lots of little slits. And instead of trying to cut the hole out, which you absolutely could if that's how you wanted to do it, but what I'm going to do is I am going to push the paper through. So I'm going to get a little bit of the Mod Podge and just dip it right inside of my holes. And then I'm going to push the paper through. So just try to find the right size of paintbrush. At least that's what I use, is just a paintbrush to push it through the holes. And then it looks nice and neat. Okay. Super easy. Super easy. I do like using paper on my wood projects. I saw that I needed to cut this a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so then that is that. And then we're going to glue our shamrock on top of our banner once we get there. So I'm going to set these aside because I already have some that have cut out. So again, we're just going to take our X-Acto knife. Just make sure your X-Acto knife is nice and sharp. I'm going to cut around and around and around. Okay. There we go, and there's our circle. Same thing with our hat. Just take your X-Acto knife and go right up against that wood. Okay, the last one we need to do is our tag. There's our hat. And now our tag. Okay, so let's do the same thing that I did. It's just kind of cut an X and rotate it just a little bit and then cut an X again. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Mod Podge again. I'm just going to tuck that because I want it to stick when I push. Oh, I don't know if I have anything, a handle long enough. Well, maybe this paintbrush. Oh, this paintbrush is good. It's a good thick one so it can go all the way through. And then once it dry, if you want to clip some of those edges off, if you don't like those edges showing, you can do that, which I may end up doing. Okay, so here's our tag. Actually, I think I will kind of go around that just a little bit. Okay, looks a little better. I think I'll clean it up afterwards. Just clean it up a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's start doing a little bit of gluing so we can put this together. I better put a little bit more paint on my numbers so they're a little bit brighter. Okay, let's get our glue. Oh, I was going to say, I thought I had my glue here. It's still here. We'll put our banner on, our hat. And then our gold. Put our buckle on. If you get a little extra glue, just turn it over onto your paper towel. And take off the excess. We've got our word lucky and our shamrock. I think we'll glue the shamrock above the word lucky. And sometimes, again, when I do my letters and put my glue on, and this is stick fast glue. This is the thick. That's what I like to use. And turn it over, tap it on your paper towel just to get some of that excess off. Put the word lucky on there. And our shamrock. Cute as that. That's cute. Okay, so I'm hoping that my circle covers my extra. Oh, look, it did. I'm so glad. I was a little concerned about that because I had those edges that were, when I put them through my printer, since I didn't print it all the way to the border, which I don't even know if my printer does or not. Like I said, it's not anything fancy. Line it up. Now we're going to put our shamrock here and our word March above our shamrock. And I'm actually just going to squeeze a little bit of glue in here, in the openings where the numbers go. Just pop the numbers right in. Okay, look how cute that is. Now we got to find our little round piece. Now this will go right on the top of this. And then our hat goes on there. Looking cute, huh, you guys? So fun. And I'm just going to take it a little bit of a slanty and put it on there. Oh, how cute is that? You can put some string through there. I think I will use some thick kind of fat string, and I've got, I don't have some on the table, but let's get our banner. Let's glue our little shamrock. Glue our little shamrock on. I'm going to move these little pieces out of the way. So we can bring our pieces in so we can take a look. So with the easel's just going to be popped together. Just slide it together just like that. And then when you stand it up, that's what our little round sign is going to go on. So if you can see like that, look like that. I guess you could also put the tag on there too if you wanted. That's cute too. You could put the tag on there. We're going to put our little easel. So now that we have our little banner pieces, just take a little bit of jute and string it through. We're going to go and this is cute little banner to put like on a tiered tray or a small shelf sitter, a little, if you have like a little little bench, a little something that you could put this on would be super cute. Look how cute all these are, you guys. Oh, I love it. I love the polka dots. I'm glad I went with big ones, but I think the small one would have been cute too. But so cute. Well, here we are, you guys. So it was fun. It was fun to paint with you again today. So I'm going to have this in my Etsy shop with you can choose between birch or the MDF wood. I'm going to have that available in my Etsy shop. So as a DIY kit and also as a, so just a DIY kit so that you can have the pieces to take home and paint, or you can use pattern paper that you have. So, let's see if I can bring this up again without making everybody dizzy and me dizzy. So anyway, I think it turned out really cute, you guys. It's a really fun project. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and we will be painting with you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.